It's bulls and blood. It's the dust and mud. It's the roar of the Sunday crowd. It's the white in his knuckles. It's the gold in his buckles.
Whew.
He'll win the next go round.
Ooh.
It's boots and chaps.
Uh-huh.
It's cowboy hats.
Oh, yeah.
It's spurs and let it go. It's the ropes and the reins and the joy and the pain.
Oh, they call it rodeo.
Yep. Charmayne James is our athlete that we're going to cover
yeah.
today.
Oh, put a hat on me. Put a hat on. Can you do that? Can you do that yet?
No.
Loveable losers, that's what they call us. But we're gonna rise above, show them who we truly are. Loveable losers.
Today we're doing Charmayne James.
Charmayne James.
She is a barrel racer.
Nice.
Born June 23rd, 1970 in Bernie.
Bernie, Texas.
Yeah. But grew up in New Mexico.
Boerne.
Yep. Pronounce it right. Make sure to say Bernie. Kirkendall.
Woo.
Yeah, Charmayne James was a barrel racer.
Okay.
She learned
Barrels are fast.
Yeah. she is part of a lineage of badassery in her family.
Oh, shit. Cowboy style.
Yeah, her dad was a cowboy. Her grandfather was a roper, and they called him a cowman in her biography. And then her great-grandfather was a Choctaw light horseman.
Ooh.
So, and then her mother was a rodeo queen, and she roped and rode barrels.
And the mother
too.
was a rodeo queen.
Yep.
Yeah.
And top it all off, grandmother was a World War I nurse.
Oh, wow.
So that's the baddest ass of the whole family. Yeah. Right? The
she
matriarch.
fought in a war.
Yeah, the matriarch was a World War I nurse, and then everyone else was just like cowboy badasses, you know.
Still badass.
So she learned. She started riding horses when she was 3. Started barrel racing when she was 6. Her first couple horses were a horse named Redbug.
Redbug.
And then another horse named Creamer.
The creamer. Little creamer. I bet it looked like adding creamer to coffee.
Yeah,
like
probably that was the coloring of it was
Yeah.
like a light brown. I just saw a black and white photo of them. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally.
So when she started riding like competitively and riding in barrel races, her first horse was a horse named Bardo.
El Barto.
Yeah, she was winning like amateur races with Bardo.
Nice.
But Bardo was injured and had to be euthanized before her professional career began. So in 1981, Bardo passed away, and she took off like a whole year. So,
Yeah,
you know,
mourned.
81, she was 11 years old. I mean, that's devastating. At the end of 82, she finally finds the horse.
love of her life.
Yep. It's a horse named Gill's Bay Boy. That's the full name of the
Bill's
horse.
gay boy.
Gill's
Bill.
Bay
Gay boy.
Yep.
Bill's gay boy.
Yep.
Okay.
That horse is the horse that she had some great runs with, and he
Nice.
went by the name Scamper.
Scamper. Scamperino.
Oh, you cute little scamp. But yeah, Scamper.
Scamper.
She got Scamper when he was 5 years old. So he was already, you know,
He was or she was?
he was.
Okay.
Scamper was 5.
Wow, that's pretty old for barrel racing.
Yeah.
I mean, most barrels are pretty young.
This extra sultry commercial break is brought to you by Canned Garble. Get yourself a can of canned gerbil right now. Canned gerbil is everything you've ever wanted. Your life will change if you get a can full of those furry little fuckers. Those cute little guys now in a can.
If you have experienced a situation lately where your canned gerbil was alive upon opening and very, very pissed off, we here at Wholesome Canning Incorporated would like to say sorry, OW canned gerbil. Canned gerbil? The gerbils have become sentient. Woo!
Holy geese, I want to lick 'em. Buy yours at your local behind the gas station today. Now back to the shoe would get.
In 84, that's when she goes pro.
Oh, okay.
So
Great year to go pro.
born in 1970. First professional year was 1984.
14 years old?
Yep.
She's Jodie Foster in the fucking barrel racing circuit?
Yep.
Damn!
And she wins the championship first year out of the gate.
Oh, just like, okay. So that's her Oscar. Boom, boom, boom. With Scamper?
Yep, with Scamper. Yep.
That's the Oscar people clapping right now.
Yeah, right before she went pro with Scamper, there was a vet that said, he's not going to last. Maybe think about going with another horse. But she's like, nope, this is my dude. We're going. Yeah. And her and Scamper win the first 84. The way that they did the rankings was about earnings. So the first year
I hate that.
Yeah, $53,000 is what she made in 84.
That's great.
Yeah, and that was the lowest. And then every other one was around 100,000 is what she would make for the rest of her career.
Golly.
But this 84, that was like
But she's
the first
14
year of
years old.
jumping up to, so 53,000 for a 14-year-old. That pays for your college.
I bet it paid for that horse. That's it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and all the all the costs associated with it. But 14 years old, winning the championship, she was the fourth youngest to win the championship. Number 3 was in 1977, Jackie Jo Perrin, riding on Boss.
B.O.S.S. balls.
Laton Seawalt in 1950. She was 11 years old, riding
Damn.
on Little Joe.
Little Joe from Gunsmoke.
Little
I bet it was a Palomino horse.
And the youngest was 10-year-old Ann Lewis in 1968, riding on Dan. Ann Lewis didn't race in the last event, didn't race in the National Finals Rodeo because she died in a car crash.
I was just going to make a joke about that.
So good thing you didn't.
Yep.
But yeah, she died before the final event,
Oh.
but she still won the season award. She still had the
The
championship
most
for the
points.
season.
She Scotty Schefflered it.
And so she won the championship posthumously at 10 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, like that's just saying that is like
Oh,
tragic,
that-
right?
I hated hearing it.
Yeah. And in 1985, the second year that she competed in the Nationals final rodeo, she has this crazy highlight where the brindle falls out of Scamper's mouth, and she's just holding on by like a single piece of leather. Basically, by the end of it, he spits it out in the third turn.
Oh, shit.
So she just holds him. He has a single piece of leather around his neck, and that's all she's got to hold of him by, and finishes the run in 14.4.
Woo.
The winner was 14.26,
Oh,
Kathy
fuck's
Spears.
sakes.
But she won the season award that year, and that was part of clinching. It was that 14.4 run, basically
shit,
bareback,
okay.
with nothing,
Yeah.
not holding Scamper by anything.
God, but
Basically,
he just did it.
Yeah, he just it
We
was
really need
just
to
second
be talking
nature for
about
both of them.
Scamper a little bit more here.
The less you share.
Oversharing has become a major problem in our society. One might say it is a menace. You can help by keeping your answers short during small talk,
The less you share.
whether it's with friends or complete strangers.
The less you share.
Just keep it simple.
The less you share.
If you're ever in doubt, just fake a seizure and say nothing.
The less you share.
All right, so you put the cereal in the bowl and then you pour the milk over it. And that's it.
Oh, good, cool. All right, so Charmayne James, 1990. That was when she surpassed $1 million in career earnings.
Damn.
6th championship in a
90s?
row. Yep, 1990 season. So 6 championship run seasons. That's when she surpassed $1 million. She was inducted into the National Cowgirl Museum and Hall of Fame in 1992.
Yeehaw!
And that was the first season that 2 women finished with $100,000 in season earnings. Twyla Holler was the other woman.
Twyla.
Yeah, Twyla Holler was, she finished like second and third right there in the middle of her career. She was the other
Damn.
one that was kind of pushing her in the
Alright.
middle of her career.
But still just banking each time. Each time she's second and third, she's still racking up.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it was all based on earnings.
104K in 92. Yeah. So, I mean, that's
I did not make that in 92.
exactly. Hey, yeah. When you hit your peak as an athlete, you want to, just strike when the iron's hot, right? Now we've got to 1993.
Okay.
And that is her 10th in a row. Women's Professional Rodeo Association Barrel Racing World Champion.
Damn.
Yeah,
All right, real quick. Any other like major athlete? Did they ever win anything 10 times in a row?
Yeah, it would be like the Celtics did that.
You would have to take a whole team. You couldn't even pick
Yeah.
one player that
Yeah.
got those 10 wins.
Yeah, the dominance involved with that, and then it was from she was 14 to 23. You know, that's wild.
Incredible.
94. There's a step back. She finishes sixth place in 94, and then
What
12th
happened?
and 13th in 95 and 96.
Something happened.
So
Somebody hurt her.
I feel like the 10 in a row was kind of, you hit that milestone, and she may have dialed it back, or she may have started something professionally on her own. So maybe that's when the training school started, was around that time.
Or she's just not competing as
Not
much.
not doing as many
so
events,
her,
more than likely.
her earnings are lower
Yeah, it's just a mathematical thing, probably.
because she's making money
She got
somewhere
those 10
else.
in a row, and that's you're
Okay.
a superstar at that point.
All right, but there wasn't like an article you looked up that said like
Nothing
in
bad.
'94 the dark cloud came upon her.
No, the only thing on the standing listings, she had a few different places that she lived in those years. So I think there was some moving around or something. I don't know. It seemed like there was something
It was the
in
mid
her life
Things
that was
were
happening.
Crazy,
Man. I don't know.
Gas was cheap.
Yeah. But she was still competing, and she was still making over 100 grand. Like in 96
Yeah, surviving.
or in 98, she was
Ooh.
fifth place, but all those first 5 place all made over 100,000.
Golly.
So 98 was the first time that 5 women made 100,000 for the season.
Whew.
And she was number
Alright.
5 that year.
All right.
So she was maintaining, she was staying relevant, and I feel like it was just stuff
And
away
so,
from.
This isn't with
competition.
Scamp anymore.
Yeah, Scamper retired in 1993,
That's what okay.
and he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 96.
Okay. Because that explains why she ran. It was always Scamper.
Yeah, Scamper won all 10 of her first 10 championships, and he retired after 93. And so that's probably why there was a little drop off.
But
Scamper retired.
it wasn't all him, but not using him after 10 years of success.
Acclimating to
A new horse.
Cruiser.
Cruiser.
She probably had her hand in training so many and
So many
training a
started
lot of racers too.
schools and
Yeah.
doing weekend seminars.
That's what she does now after retirement.
Boom!
Yeah.
Called it.
Yeah. But so her career lasted a few more years. 2002 was the final year of her career. She retired after 2002.
Golly, I wish I could have.
But in 2000 she finished in second place. 2001 she finished in third place, and in 2002 championship. She ended with her 11th championship.
She knows when to quit.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
knows when to fold them.
Yeah, just to show that she still had it, because
Damn.
there was like a little bit of a still in the top 10 for a majority of those years, from 94 to 99, but then in 2000 it seemed like there was a refocus.
This is 2002.
2002 is when she won
So
the championship.
she's 32.
Yeah.
And
And that's on Cruiser.
I
is-
bet
is
she's racing because apparently she was allowed to do the same race as a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
And so she's racing against everybody younger than her,
absolutely.
and she still beats her.
Yeah,
I'm a champion. Not a I'm a champion.
Join the foundation for a moose-free society that enjoys a life without senseless murderings of people in the vicinity of moose or FAMF's Tios Moped Vom today. Do you find yourself and your family are being systematically hunted by a highly sophisticated consortium of moose? Me too. Do you find yourself on a months-long campaign of vengeance against the goddamn moose that took your cow? The FFFSTLYSMUOTU is here to help. Brought to you by Sonia's Blade Emporium. Moose. These meese will pay for their transgressions. Now back to the lovable losers.
I watched some interviews with her, and she talked about the sport itself isn't rocket science, but the mentality that you have to just charge into those corners the way you have to do.
Get that horse.
Yeah, to have control of this 1,200-pound
Wild animal.
And to that extent, like Scamper stopped on a dime. Like he turned around on a dime. You know, there was 3 dimes out there, and that's what he ran on. You know,
My 6 horses I used to ride, none of them could do that.
yeah. But yeah, it's wild. Like the generation that opened up, and she was part of it. There was other women that had huge roles in this too.
But she's one of them.
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. Yeah. Currently, they're Lisa Lockhart, Brittany Pazzi, Tananzi, Fallon Taylor, Haley Kinzel, are all superstars in the sport right now.
Nice.
Sherry Servey. So her and Sherry Servey, who Sherry rode on Troubles, Hawk, and Stingray. Troubles. Hawk! Stingray! They were both 19-time qualifiers in the National Finals Rodeo. And Charmayne's 19 were 19 in a row.
Damn.
And she won the event 7 of those 19 times.
Damn.
Yeah. 2002 being the final, like her final year. She won the NFR. She won the season.
The what?
National Finals Rodeo. Yeah.
Niffer.
The Niffer. Yep. So career earnings all in all, 1.896. 1,800,096.
Damn. Wait.
568.
1,089,502.
12.
3.
And at the national finals, she had the fastest time.
I bet.
4 different times.
Shit.
84 her first year, 16.29 seconds. 87, 14.11. 97, she knocked off 100th of a second, 14.10.
10 years later.
Yep. 19 and 2001, 13.76. Knocked it under 14 seconds.
Yeah.
Second to last year.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know, she had a more aerodynamic horse.
Yeah.
She airstreamed her horse.
The youngest world champions, that all happened before her career started, and she ended up being the 4th youngest. The oldest champion, that happened post her career after she retired. There was this woman named Mary Berger.
Ha! Bob's Burger.
Yeah, she was number 1 and number 2 oldest champion. She won in 2006 with Fred.
Fred.
And then in 10 years later, she won with Mo. So she won it I think it was 58 and 68 years old.
Shit.
Yeah. So she was number 1 and number 2 oldest competitor. Was this woman Mary Berger? That was another one. I wrote that down. I had to mention her. That was crazy. And the year after that second championship, that's when Charmayne James was inducted into the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame.
Woo! It's the rodeo.
Yeah.